You guys asked for it, here it is, a video of the fit. I haven't posted any Honda Fit videos in a very long time, but today I will update you guys on what's been going on, and we are going to be installing a cool part. So here's the update. The reason why there hasn't been many Fit videos is because since I got the MR2, that's been more of the fun car, and this is the daily duty car and commuting and road trips and whatnot. We are gonna make more content with this car though. We're not gonna case swap it, we're not gonna turbo it, we're not gonna do anything crazy, but we are still gonna do fun stuff. So hopefully you guys still enjoy that. But let's update you guys on the car. As you can see, there is a crack right here, and also I do not have my front splitter anymore, which I thought looked really cool in the car. If you can put two and two together, the update is that it actually caught a little piece of concrete in a parking lot, and it just ripped the whole splitter off, and the splitter cracked in half. It clearly took the bumper with it, so the sides came off and whatnot. This is how it is still. This is the bumper that tore off, but it doesn't look horrible. It's just this crack right here, and I still need to align the sides, but for a daily beater, it's fine. I thought I could get away with the splitter in Texas because there's not many potholes and whatnot, but it's still a very low car, and I just don't want to risk it anymore, so we're gonna run no splitter. For now, we're gonna keep the side splitters on the car because it still looks cool, and they haven't caused any issues so far in over a year now. There's this beautiful condensation that I have in the headlight, so I do have to address that. Besides those two issues, the bumper and the headlight, there hasn't been much. The car is just driving flawlessly. I'm getting over 33 miles per gallon, and she's just a runner. So hopefully we can do a couple tweaks here and there in the interior, the exterior, to make it even a better daily driver. But today, let's get into the part install. So the part we are installing is this beautiful piece right here. This is made by Seb's Garage. He makes a lot of cool Honda Fit parts, mainly for the GD3, but he's been making these for a while now, and I just haven't gotten to installing this. So for these dead pedals, he usually makes these as a flat piece of metal, but I did hit him up and I was like, yo, can you actually make these dimple dyed so they look cooler and they have a little bit more traction? And he was like, yeah, no problem. So he fabricated it, powder coated it, and sent it right over to me. He told me it does use the existing hardware of the car, so it's just this piece that he sends out, and you use the rest of the stuff from the car. Okay, so let's just say we're cruising down the street, first gear, second gear. Now you're not shifting, right? You're not using the clutch. What do you do with your left foot? For me, naturally, I like to put it right next to the clutch. But for me doing this a million times, look what it did. It removed this carpet. So there's nowhere to put my foot, and I'm just dragging it on the carpet. And then when I want to put my foot back on the clutch, I have to go all the way back up here to push the clutch back in. So ideally, we want to have something to rest my foot on so that I'm not screwing up the carpet. And now the carpet is just off. So let's fix the carpet first. All right, so we're gonna use a prying tool to remove this. There's one clip that I see that's already off, and then the other one I'm trying to remove. You just kind of have to shimmy this plastic piece around the hood latch. There you go. Okay, it's like still kind of attached on the very top, but I'm just gonna leave that right here because we have access to what we need to install the dead pedal. But first, let's fix this carpet. So to keep the carpet from flopping around, I'm personally gonna use double-sided tape. It's easier, and I already had this. You could also use fabric glue. It comes in a spray can, and you can get it from like Joann's and whatnot, and that would be simple too. So let's do this real quick. Let's put one here. Yeah, let's put it all the way up here. This should technically keep it from flopping around. If not, I can always add more. So here we go. The two bolts that we're removing hold the hood latch, and they are 10 mils, so let's remove that. All right, so now that we have the dead pedal, we're gonna put one of the bolts, don't forget the washer, and then we're gonna try to thread this in. And then the other bolt is gonna go underneath. Hood latch still works. And then we're just gonna put this piece back where it's supposed to be. There we go. It's in place. Okay, this is the most random transition, but unfortunately, I think I'm on my way to sell the car actually. The car was actually never posted up for sale. I never even thought about selling it lately, but someone actually was like, hey, I'm looking for a Fit specifically in the Texas area. And I was like, oh, I have a Fit. And the guy was pretty serious about buying it, and it's a reasonable price. I think the guy's getting a hell of a deal with all the things that I've done to the car. We're also looking for a little bit more of a family car. With the coilovers on the car right now, it's a fine ride for me, but for my fiance, it's just a little bit too rough. She can't take a nap in the car. She's not used to a little bit of a rougher ride when it comes to coilovers. But yeah, that's where we are right now, and I will keep you guys posted. So yes, the deal went through and the car is officially sold. So this is a shock to me just as much as it is to you. I had no plans of doing this, like I just said. The way I saw it was more entertaining the idea of someone checking it out, probably not buying it, and then we would be continuing on driving the car and building the car. But the guy was really interested, and I think it really went to a good home. This guy is going to be tracking the car and having fun with it. So, and it's nearby, so I'll probably see the car around. So I just want to talk a little bit about the car and the ownership that I've had with it. And it's been, I want to say, the longest I've owned a car, which is about 3-4 years. And I bought it in New York, like I mentioned in my first video of the Fit. We drove it down from New York all the way down to Texas and hit up like 7-8 stops, 3,000 miles, 0 issues with the car, not even a flat. The engine ran smoothly until I sold the car. Literally no issues, just oil changes. That's literally it. The Fit is extremely reliable. You can get one for a few $1,000. I mean, you really can't beat it. So the main reason why I even entertained the idea of selling the car was because we were looking for a more family-oriented car. One, obviously, like I mentioned earlier, is just a smoother, quieter ride, and also just slightly bigger back seats, a bigger trunk. So yeah, we're looking more in the crossovers and small compact SUVs. So just to give you a tip, I was like, oh, why don't we upgrade from this to a CT200H, which is basically a Prius in a luxury car body, and it's a 4-door hatchback. Looks good. So me and my fiance went to check one out the other day, and it drives fine. It drives nice, obviously nicer than the first gen Fit, but it just feels so stuffy inside. So that interior tunnel piece in between the driver and passenger seat, it's just really high and big. And then the back seats also feel tight. And then the worst part was when you open the trunk of the CT200H, it's so low compared to the Fit. It was honestly really shocking. When you lower the rear seats, it's got enough room lengthwise, but the height of it is just, it's not good at all. So coming from the Fit and looking at the CT200H, the interior space and the visibility, all of that is just, you can't compare it. The Fit is 100 times better. For me personally, I would take the practicality of a car, how big it is inside, more so than how smooth it drives and how quiet it is. So we're trying to find that balance. Right now we're looking at CX-5s, CX-50s, RAV4s, Hyundais, maybe a BMW X car, I don't know, but we're looking for something a little bit more family oriented. So, I mean, it definitely doesn't help that I had coilovers on the Fit. So maybe a newer Fit makes sense. That would be cool, even though they're so ugly, but we'll see. I just wanted to say me and my fiance made so many awesome memories in this car. Everything worked great on the car, even in the Texas heat, the AC worked. I know I'm gonna lose all my Fit followers, but hopefully you guys can follow along in the journey of the next car that we get. Continuing the MR2 build, bring down the Alfa Romeo down to Texas. But yeah, there's gonna be a bunch of projects still. So hopefully we get a cool car with a family car. But yeah, I'll see you guys next time.